So you've done everything right. You've done what society says you should do. You've done that thing that your family says you should chase. You followed the rules, but there is still this unhappiness and unfulfillment that is looming around you. And you're beginning to question if it's a you thing, if it's a problem you're having, acclimatizing to that job, acclimatizing to your relationship, to your marriage. You're beginning to sink within yourself to find solutions. And a lot of things might, I don't want to say a lot, many things will point you towards having a purpose, but I want to challenge that and allow you question deeper because today we're going to be looking at why you feel no fulfillment despite reaching the goal, reaching the thing that's, society says if you have it, then you're here, you've attained. Let's get into it. I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Without any mushiness, let's get into the message for today. So, there comes a time in our life that we begin to question what this whole life is all about. Because you followed the rules, you followed everything to a T, but it's not giving you the results that you want. And if you look at yourself, especially if you're a millennial, you went over and beyond. If they say have masters, you had PhD. If they say, oh, finish BSc, you added two masters. You know I'm not lying. I know our millennials, we really overachieved and really pushed it just to make sure that we give ourselves the best of opportunities. And yes, a lot of us got those opportunities. We attained, we got that job, we got married, we had kids, we did all these things because I know my millennials are 40 and over. And even 30s, I'm not leaving you guys out. I'm saying, and 20s, if you're watching, pay attention. 30s, you might also be heading in that direction, thinking you're getting your life together, all your ducks in a row. And 40s and some of my 50s here, you should also come back in the comment section and quite confirm what I'm saying because seriously, a lot of us did everything right. Check your life. You did everything right, but it didn't get you the result that you thought you were going to get. And it's no fault of yours. That is because the number one thing, and it's not only one number one, there's so many, but I want to hit on this one thing. The first thing is you never really learned yourself. What are your likes? What are your dislikes? You've not really stayed with yourself to understand which one is my own thoughts and which one came from my parents, which one came from society. And if you start doing that work, you're going to unpeel a lot of things. And you realize, even down to the course that maybe you took, I'm not saying everybody, but most people, down to the course that you took, it was not your decision. It was the decision of your parents. Down to the school that you're going to study. I could remember, if you're Nigerian, jam days and everything, they helped you feel it. But I want to say that's not for me. Why? Because my head was coconuts, right? Right from when I was young, I told my parents, no, I'm not going to the school you wanted me to go. I'm not even reading. Well, I agreed to read the course they wanted, but I went there and I changed the course. But I'm not saying that I'm too good. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I was rebelling. I was just like, why should I follow their rules? I just wanted something different. And maybe you're here and you didn't have the opportunity to do that. And now you're left with a sense of unfulfillment because you don't really like what you're doing. And I want to say this, it's never too late. Because if you allow that nudge just keep going and you're not attending to it, that is your soul calling. That's your soul telling you something is wrong. We need to go back to the drawing board. We need to go back to our internal compass, our authentic self, and figure out something real quick. So that's one huge one. If you learn yourself, you're going to learn that some of the things that you are actually doing now was not a curation that came from within you. It was outside influence. And there is nothing wrong with outside influence, but we need to know when it resonates with us and when it doesn't. And we might not have had that opportunity to do that. So now life is giving you another opportunity. The second thing is thinking that external things are going to fulfill you. And when they say happiness starts from the inside out, there's so many cliche proverbs and cliche quotes that you come across, and you're like, yeah, I've heard this because I'm like that. I will be honest with you. I'm very, ugh, please, not another cliche quote. But until you do the work, you realize this is actually true. If you do the work of you understand that happiness is not the things that you see outside of you. It is not going to make you happy. Yes, it might make you comfortable, but ask those that have had money and those that have not, or sorry, those that have had money now, ask them about their life. They will tell you it doesn't bring happiness, it brings comfort. And yes, maybe some of us, we want to get to that comfort level, but it's not all that there is. Because I want to share something. Like when I had a very good job and I was really making good money, good bank, and everything, I'm going to say this: I never felt happy. I know. My happiness was in the fact that I could travel anytime I wanted to, I could buy myself anything I wanted to, at least at that level. But do I think I was truly fulfilled? No, I wasn't. I wasn't. There was always something that was just hanging. It's like a void in my heart. I was like, something is missing. And when you start saying something is missing, then you try to fill it up with things like, okay, if I buy this, if I do this, if I travel here, if I get into this relationship and things like that. But it never truly fulfilled me. What fulfilled me was finding myself. What fulfilled me was understanding my relationship with God. What truly fulfilled me was coming into my purpose in the work I'm doing now, and how I see people's life transform from the videos I share, the messages I share, just even the coaching. And I'm like, wow, this was what was missing. So yes, purpose fulfilled me in my case, but it's not just purpose, it was also knowing who I am deeply, to understand that these things were not bringing me joy. Instead of quieting the noise, I moved into it and started understanding what was really happening to me. And I want you to do the same. I don't want you to push anything away or think that, oh, more money is going to fix your problem. I swear to you, more money is not your answer. Money on, yes, get money, please, before you say, oh, Tracy is saying not to get money. No, get money, but it should not be the end all be all. It is very important that you take note of this. Another thing that is going to bring you so much unfulfillment is repeating cycles. If you do not look at your wounds, if you don't look at the patterns in your life and you keep repeating, you're going to ask yourself one day, what am I really doing? This is not really making me happy. Imagine being in one toxic relationship or another. Imagine meeting that toxic ex, then the next relationship is another toxic ex, is another toxic. After a while, fulfillment is going to go through the window. Nothing. Seriously. So you have to start looking at what is repeating in my cycle and how do I start working on it? Is it the one that I need to work on myself? Is it the one that I need to change my self concept, change my identity, work on my identity, work on my mindset, work on my heart? There's so many things that we can work on, and not forcefully, but really introspectively look at yourself and start doing some work on you. If you start doing that, you will see a shift. And I'm not saying you'll be all the way fulfilled, but it plays a major part in the whole. The next thing I'm going to talk about right now is the fact that you have to grieve the fantasy life that you had since you were small. This is the biggest one. I'm going to say this. We all had fantasy life. Well, did I really have one? Let me be honest. I always wanted to make money. I never was the little girl that saw myself with kids and everything. I just thought, oh, you know what? I would love to help people. I would love to have all these things. But I've changed my mindset since then. Doesn't mean that I want those things, but I'm now thinking in the sense of being very present. And that goes for you. If you have any fantasy life, oh, you know what, me and my man, chilling on a boat and all that, 20 years later, you and your man, no boats, my dear. At some point, you have to set that fantasy life. I know some people will be like, oh, what about faith? There is a balance. Have faith, but don't wrap yourself around that life that if it doesn't happen, you will be met with unfulfillment or unhappiness. Have it in the back of your mind, have that faith moving, but still live life, live your present state. Enjoy the life that you're living. If not, you will keep waiting for that life to happen till you get fulfilled, till you have this inner happiness in you. But what if it doesn't happen? And some of us, we've gotten to that place where, okay, I think I should start grieving the fact that children are no more in my cards. If you are like, hey, you've gone past and you're in that place where nothing is happening in the womb or something like that, grieve the life and then start enjoying this life. There's a way hope helps us to keep moving forward in believing, but also hope can keep you stagnant and keep you very wrapped into your world, into the small world, into this fantasy life that you've created. And then every year you're hit with disappointment on your birthday. But if you are just saying to life, you know what, give me what will be for my highest good, and I'm going to live my life as is, then you're going to see that a switch, a change of perspective is going to happen to you, wherein you're enjoying life. And if you happen to meet a partner, if you happen to get pregnant, if you happen to, build the $1 million business, then great. But having that as a yardstick constantly and thinking, that is my fulfillment, that is when I get fulfilled, I don't want you to get disappointed. I'm serious, because a lot of people hold on to this fantasy life. You ask somebody, I already know the color I'm going to wear on my traditional wedding day. I know how my gown is going to look for my white wedding. Good. But what if it doesn't happen? Are you going to die? Is life going to pack up? It is not. So why don't you just leave now and live your fulfillment now? It's just like when I said I was going to travel all around Asia and everybody was like, solo, solo. I said, yeah, I want to do that. I always wanted to do that. Well, it would have been nice with a partner, but there was no partner and I wasn't going to stop because there was no partner. And you know the funny thing? I had a blast. I had an amazing time jumping from one country to another, just me, staying the amount of months I stayed and came back. That is what's living in the present. That doesn't stop me. If a partner shows up, we can go to Asia again. It doesn't stop me. But I didn't make it a thing where I would only go when I have that partner. That is a sad life you're going to live, because that is going to hit you hard if at the end of the day a partner doesn't show up. Or when your partner shows up, something has happened to you. God forbid, that's not what I wish you guys. But I'm just saying, the more you live in the present, the more you see a more fulfilling life. Stay in the present and enjoy what is being presented to you. Life is an experience. Life is not future dates. Life is happening, and you are meant to dance through the storm. Go in the rain, dance in the rain, dance in the storm. Enjoy all parts of life, the highs, the lows, the mid, the I don't want to do anything, the lull. Everything is meant to be enjoyed. So these are the reasons that I know personally I've experienced, or I've experienced through people. Really, some is me, but some is also experiencing through people. And I'm beginning to, or I'm understanding that truly a fulfilling life is not out there waiting in the future. A fulfilling life is right now. What can you do with the life that you have currently? Live. Life is short. Live. Don't keep it till later. Don't keep that fantasy person in your head, fantasy house in your head. How can you make the house that you have cozy and beautiful and enjoy it every day? That is what matters, the present. Anyways, that is what I have for you guys. I love you guys so much. You know that, right? I hope you know that. And just know that listening to me is not a waste of time. But truly, these are seeds that are planted within you. You think you're just listening? I will listen and listen again because you're planting seeds within you. You start thinking in that direction, doing things in that direction, changing your life slowly. Because people think, oh, changing my life is just one and done. I've changed. No, it's a gradual process of catching yourself, of being intentional, of being in the present. That is what this whole thing is all about. Don't get overwhelmed with, oh, I have to now build confidence. I have to now have a fulfilling life. I have to. Everybody's in a different phase of life. And some people are thinking about fulfillment. Some people are thinking, how do I build confidence? Some people are dealing with self worth. Those are the things I put out for you to take one, master it. When you master it, you come back to another one. That is how I did it. I didn't go all out, boom. No, I was overwhelmed when I did that. So I took one, I mastered it. Took another one, I mastered it. And you might think it would take long. No, once your brain knows how you learn, it becomes easier. Maybe the first time is going to be a little challenging because your brain is like, this is all new. But the more you do it, your brain catches on and knows this is how she's learning. This is how she's changing. This is how her new identity is forming, or how she's returning back to her authentic self. And that makes it better. So, once again, I'm Tracy, and I love you guys. And I'm always here every week giving you nuggets. If you want to keep coaching, check my website. If you want to work with me on anything, send me an email. And my email is on my website too. And that's it. I'll leave it here and I'll catch you guys on the next one, which will be juicy. Bye.